As for those of you who watch my channel, you know I love Armored Core. Hell, even my channel banner features some of the famous Armored Core builds, Zenaida's Fascinator and Blackjack's Cascade range, even if you can't see them very well. However, for this video, we're going to focus on one thing I cannot stand in Armored Core. Asinine, overconfident, and domineering wannabe pilots that do not deserve the title of Raven. For this video, I'm going to go by a few rules. I'm only going to be including Ravens from the PS1 and PS2 eras of the games for this video, as I feel the PS3/Xbox 360 generations need their own video, which I may make in the future. Same goes for Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, which I've been dawdling around and haven't bought yet due to personal and financial reasons. Second, these Raven wannabes have to include one or a few of these traits. Narcissistic tendencies or god complexes, annoying weapon loadouts, possible human plus enhancements, and finally, pure cowardice. For example, them and backup mechs versus the player. Without further ado, let's get into it. I am Old School Raven, and this is my top 10 list of the most annoying Ravens in the Armored Core series.
What took you so long?
What else can I say? Bolt is annoying for many reasons. He appears in Nexus as a possible arena opponent and 2 missions in Last Raven, and every time he appears, it's a Raven on Raven fight that annoys me so much every time I encounter the bastard that it makes me want to rip my own hair out. His AC, Thunderstrike, is a medium-heavy reverse joint design equipped with nothing but laser-based energy weapons that hit you harder than the Red Baron's pimp hand from Anarchy Reigns. Even if you deck out your build for the best energy defense, it won't save you from Bolt's onslaught that will peel through your armor faster than a mini Uzi spends its ammo supply. What makes this even more of a one-sided fight is that Bolt is a human plus user, meaning he doesn't have to stop in place. She uses ridiculously big-ass energy cannon on his back that takes up both slots, by the way, which he doesn't even need half the time, because his arm weapons fire at a rapid enough rate and dish up enough damage per shot that he'll shred your build like coleslaw, unless you know how to cheese the game and add human plus to your own mech. But that's not the most annoying thing about this bastard. He suffers from a constant wannabe genius complex, thinking he's some sort of genius big shot, when in reality in the lore, Bolt is a complete and total retard and flake, constantly needing to stroke his ego no matter which mission you encounter him in, and he's an idiot who suffers from constant notice me senpai syndrome because of how he worships and idolizes Jacko on a pedestal. If he had any actual brains, he would have found a way to overthrow Jacko and take over Vertex for himself, which even if he had the brains and common sense to do that, he would still screw it up due to his constant need to stroke his ego, which wouldn't surprise me if all it took to shatter it was a simple verbal insult and a middle finger. In the end, cheaters don't prosper. The only reason I have BB higher up on this list than Bolt is that BB actually seems to have a brain. However, I do not condone BB's cheating. He pilots a reverse joint mech named Tyrant, equipped with so much weaponry that he goes into the arena with an overweight mech, and somehow still manages to pull extreme air and boost maneuvers out of his ass, like the Dark Magician with magical hats. It makes you wonder how the hell he's able to do that with an overweight mech. And again, I also do not condone BB's cheating, which is mentioned in his arena bio. He believes in taking the fight to a high pitch from the get-go in order to bring his opponents to their knees and ensure victory. He's not above cheating to accomplish this. And boy, does BB live up to that statement and hype. His sole goal in arena fights is to dominate the fight from the very beginning by unleashing all of the brunt of his firepower on you as soon as the green light is given, firing grenades from his back-mounted grenade cannon when you are at range, then switching to his spread bazooka and triple rocket when he gets up to medium to close range. He also has anti-missile attachments on his shoulders to counter any missiles you might want to throw at him, as well as an anti-missile function on his core to amplify that defensive effect. And even though BB enters the arena with an overweight setup, that won't save you from his onslaught, as he uses the most powerful boosters in the entire game, which can whisk him across the arena like Speedy Gonzalez on a sugar rush. His cheating actually makes me thankful that Ace is sitting on the top instead of him, because in my opinion, someone who needs to cheat this hard just to cheese out a win does not deserve to even be registered in the arena or even the title of Raven. For the love of God, this is one fucker I cannot even stand to look at in-game. Zubin al-Janubi, in my opinion, is nothing but a greedy warlord who doesn't deserve the title of Raven at all. In this mission you encounter him in, he lures you in with a fake mission request, and even tries to trick you into going into battle with an AC tuned to take energy weapons instead of the shell-based weapons he specializes in. His entire AC setup consists of an incredibly annoying, super mobile, medium, light reverse joint build, which will run circles around any mech you build unless, again, you know how to cheese the game and give yourself human plus. Combine that with his AC's incredibly annoying setup of medium missiles, a burst fire linear gun, and a sniper rifle in the offhand, and he turns into the most irritating son of a bitch you will ever face in the entire game. He will constantly jump and bound around the mission area or arena with his boosters, and simply take constant pot shots at you while no doubt drinking a martini in his cockpit. Because his weapons will hit you hard if you don't stay mobile, and drain your AP even if you tune for maximum shell-based defense. The worst part of his role in this mission is that even if you beat him, he's done nothing but piss you off and leave you softened up for a beating from the machine gun toting super aggressive rimfire. Speaking of which, God, this guy is incredibly irritating. Pinfire, later known as Rimfire in Armored Core Nexus and Last Raven, is one of the many Ravens I cannot stand, and I don't feel I'm alone. This bastard equips nothing but machine guns, including the famous spread shot finger machine guns on both hands that was originally introduced as a bonus part in Armored Core Project Phantasma. And trust me, Rimfire makes very excellent use of these machine guns, getting straight up in your face and unleashing a barrage that will tear through your mech so fast that you won't even know you've gotten your ass kicked by him until it's too late and your AP pool is gone with the wind. Even more annoying is that he uses a 9-shot micro-missile launcher on one of his back slots and combines it with multi-shot micro-missiles on his shoulders for maximum impact, maximum damage, and maximum irritation. In Nexus, he boasts he's the strongest Raven ever with his over-the-top irritating core design, even though that spot is clearly taken up by Janabi, who has to use actual skill rather than resort to a carpet bombardment every time. And in Last Raven, he's got a huge god complex, thinking that he can take on every Raven that steps up to the plate and win. And in most cases, he is annoyingly right. Stinger, the main villain in Project Phantasma, clearly meets all the prerequisites I originally made for this list. He is annoying, he's got a god complex, he uses hard-hitting energy weapons, and it wouldn't surprise me if this guy is a human plus. In Project Phantasma, he is your main enemy and constant thorn in your side throughout the entire game, due to him showing up at the worst possible moments. His laser gun is almost equivalent to the Kurosawa, which will wipe you out if you are not careful, and his laser blade is also on par with the Moonlight. Even if you can't build his AC until Nexus, he is still an annoying fuckhead, and even uses the prototypes of Phantasma against you in one mission after you are softened up by a bunch of almost equally annoying MT mechs, and even fully merges with Phantasma at the end of the game, where you have to be incredibly careful to avoid his main AoE attack of spitting energy pulses in all directions. The god complex this guy has pales in comparison to Rimfire's, which is why he ranks higher on this list. You might be surprised I put a 9-breaker, nonetheless the first 9-breaker ever according to the lore. But trust me, Leos Klein does not deserve this honor even slightly. Leos Klein is a leader of a band of anti-Raven mercenaries employed by the Earth government called the Frighteners, who have been deployed on Mars to keep the corporation moving. Sadly, this entire strategy backfires on the Earth government when Klein instigates a coup d'etat and tries to take over the entire planet of Mars after the corporations have beaten the crap out of each other. Every mission you face him in is incredibly irritating, not just because of his Human Plus enhancements, or his AC's totally powered weapon setups, or the stakes involved, but also because every time you face him until the end of the game, he's not really piloting his mech in person. Instead, it is revealed that it is either an AI doing the work, or he is remote controlling everything from his hidden base on Phobos. And you thought ChatGPT was cheap. I swear, I have no idea how this guy survived this long without having any balls whatsoever. Even in the final fight of the game, instead of facing you with an AC unit, he instead opts to use a giant disorder unit with 2 absurdly maneuverable and overarmed phases, which will have you cussing out the game itself and chucking your controller at the TV. You want to know my wish, Leos Klein? My wish is for you to keel over, you gutless motherfucking dinosaur! Honestly, just by hearing this bitch's tone and voice in the game, Principal is an over-the-top coward suffering from constant chronic bitch syndrome who sided with Alliance because she thinks they'll protect her. In the mission you face her and her AC sundial in, she comes at you with several airborne units backing her up. You have to literally make sure your AC can dance across the arena to avoid her irritating missile barrages, which she copycats the setup from Jacko's setup in the latter part of the game. Or maybe Jacko copycatted it from her, who knows? Regardless, her tactics are incredibly irritating, as she uses a hover leg to keep herself at long range, and will do nothing but spam missiles at you from the front and from the air due to her missile setup unless you get close, and force her to use her offhand machine gun. What will really irritate you is her taunts. Couple that with the fact that she's completely gutless and won't face you without support, and she's easily one of the most pussy-ass Raven wannabes you will ever face. Again, we have another entry from Last Raven. But honestly, can you blame me? They didn't even give the player an option for Human Plus unless you cheese it. Regardless, Caspian is an incredibly annoying little bitch who compensates for his lack of guts and balls by going into battle against you with 2 Owl MT mechs as support, equipped with ECM, so you can't lock onto him. This leaves you with no other choice than to go after the Owls first, which will cost you precious time and AP points, even if you are careful and mobile. Add to the fact that his AC, Raging Torrent 4, uses both Exceed Orbit and Mobile Orbit cannons, which will chase you all over the map until their use time is up and pummel you with annoying-ass laser shots, you will have to be either lucky or extremely well prepared, or even better, very, very maneuverable to even be able to face this ass face. Every time I fought Caspian and Raging Torrent 4 in Last Raven, I am amazed sometimes with how close that fight is at the end, and it pisses me off royally. Because if you have to resort to cheating with ECM on 2 extra units, you do not deserve the title of Raven at all. God, this guy irritates me on so many levels. The funny part about all this is that Jack isn't a Human Plus user unlike the rest, which gives me a tinge of respect for him. However, all that goes flying out the window with the setup he uses in Last Raven. A Kurosawa laser rifle in the left hand that will melt through your AP like butter, with a grenade launcher on the right arm that will blow you apart as a finisher. And to wear you down, Jack uses a dual missile setup with shoulder attachments that switch from direct fire missiles to vertical missiles, depending on what mission you face him in. The thing that rates him so high on this list compared to the others is that this guy acts like no matter what you do in the game, he seems to have planned for it regardless. This guy acts like a total know-it-all, and sometimes even like a type of seer where he thinks he can see the future. Honestly, Jack, if you want to do that shit, switch to fortune-telling or tarot, because you make a god-awful Raven. And you know the funny thing? He's not the worst wannabe Raven I've ever faced. Evangel. Yes, this fucker takes up the top spot on my list, and for good reason. This mofo is by far the most annoying wannabe Raven I've ever faced in all of the games. This wannabe dominant uses a linear rifle along with a rapid-fire linear cannon with a stun effect on one of his back slots, and a laser cannon on the other back slot, which he always neglects to use unless you make him run out of ammo somehow, and if you get too close, he'll just moonlight your ass with his blade. His history is just as checkered as his cheesed AC setup. He originally worked for the Raven's Arc and Nexus, but got greedy and started accepting contracts directly from one of the corporations, which led to his expulsion from the Arc when they found out. He works for Alliance Tactical Unit in Last Raven, only to try and play double agent with Vertex towards the end, which makes him a complete scuzz. Add to the fact that this bastard is a Human Plus user, and all the pieces fall into place that reveal this guy is a total selfish, dishonorable piece of trash that I cannot stand, and I will always find a way to take a shot at with my weapons in any Armed Corps mission he is featured in. Fuck this pilot! With that said, that completes my list for this video. Again, I am Old School Raven, and for all of you that watch this video, thanks for listening to these rants and raves of an old, tired research pilot. Until next time, I will see you out there, Raven.